Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Ryan Rice. On this episode, we are going to try the drop shot to see if we can find some bigger bass in some deeper water. I got my full brim hat on because Tom, one of our subscribers, says, "Where's your hat?" If you guys don't know, the sun doesn't like me very well. My wife tells me to put this on all the time, but you know how it is. We never listen to our wife. You always gotta love that look of the sun over the horizon when you first go out in the morning. Little things like that really make me appreciate being on the kayak, coming out early and getting to see that. Well, based on the last time we were out here, I feel like almost had 3 fish to the boat. We were fishing the lipless, we were matching the hatch, but 3 fish in an 8-hour day is not a lot. So I have a feeling we still have to slow down. We're gonna fish a little deeper, and I think I'm gonna run the drop shot a lot today. We'll still run the lipless, we'll still run the crankbait, but we are gonna slow it down a little bit more on this trip and see if we can get our 5 fish that we want today. All right guys, fish on. He's right at that peak. We got him on the crankbait. Not super big, but it's enough first fish to start the day. And I feel like the bigger ones are also not wanting to go after anything super fast. You can see this is a little guy, maybe 12 inches, but I think when we slow down, I think we'll get some bigger ones too today. Or at least that's what we're hoping. Let's see if he's even worth measuring. All right guys, 13 1/4 for the first fish. We'll take it. What we're doing is we're hitting a couple key areas with the crankbait. Some points that we know usually hold fish and some other flats. Then we'll probably change over to the drop shot. You know, I feel like the crankbait, or I know the crankbait, is a slower presentation in a way over the lipless. That's why we're utilizing the crankbait this morning instead of the lipless. I can slow it down, let it dive down, then come up a little bit instead of dropping down like the lipless. I want to rise and then bring it down. Let it rise and bring it down, and just fish it a little bit slower this morning. So we're gonna hit a couple points real quick as we go back to a spot where we want to start. We're gonna hit it with the drop shot at this point right here in front of us and around the corner. Then we're gonna fish some of those ledges that we caught fish on last time that I know we're holding fish, but we're gonna slow the presentation down instead of using a lipless. I like using braid on my drop shot, and I tie off to a fluorocarbon leader. This way when I put the line out and I leave slack on the line, the braid floats, so then I can see that little bit of twitch or a little bit of, you know, any action on the line because that braid's floating. So we like just doing the the transition over to braid to fluorocarbon for our drop shot setup. One thing about the drop shot setup when you're fishing around cover is you tend to lose quite a few setups some days. We are on our 3rd setup now that we'll be tying on. So our setup is we got 20-pound braided fishing line. We just use Shimano Power Pro, just the regular Power Pro, so it's a little bit more durable than the Super Slick from cutting through weeds and stuff. But we may change over to the Super Slick soon when we start running a lot more crankbaits, just to keep the noise down. But we do a braid the fluorocarbon knot. Braid also gives us more sensitivity overall, but it floats on the water, so when that fish just lightly taps at that bait and I have slack in the line, I can see that braided line move. Then we tie off to a 2/0 drop shot hook, and then we use, because it's not windy today, we are using a 1/4 ounce egg sinker. Tie our hook on, we run the fluorocarbon through the eye of the hook with the hook facing us. Take it about 3/4 of the way up the fluorocarbon. Then we come back through same eye, and then we give ourselves, you can see there's a loop in the line. We do an overhand knot, bring that full loop through the middle of that opening, of the overhand knot. Get some slack, get both 2 fingers in there. Then we pull that hook through. And then we start to cinch down on that whole overhand knot. And we kind of keep our finger on it just to keep it from going underneath the eye loop. And if it's not straight up and down the way we like it, see how it's off to the side, kind of facing down, we'll actually take the tag end of the fluorocarbon and run it back through the eye of that hook, if I could see. That's why I need to get prescription sunglasses. Run that through, pull that slack through, get that worked around there a little bit, and then you can see our hook is aiming up in the air. And we are running like a bluish purple trick worm from Rumblefish. And the reason why we're using that color, because if you see the water, it's got an extreme green tinge to it. So I think if I fish like, you know, a green pumpkin or any kind of green flake, I think it's going to blend in too much, like a watermelon flake, with the water, and I think it's gonna be hard for the fish to see. So we want to give a little bit of contrast. That's why we're fishing this color. Now I got the line all mixed up here. They're a company out of Ocean City, Maryland. You can see this is my green color, but that's their packaging. Doesn't feel big at all, actually. Come on. Not too bad. A little longer than I thought. All right, we can get 15. All right, guys, 15. So I'm out here fishing. I can never get away from work.
Yeah.
Ran into one of my coworkers here.
Yeah.
One of our top supervisors.
I saw the truck pulling up, and I was like, damn, I think that's my boss. And then I saw the trailer, and I was like, I've never seen him with a trailer like that. Then I saw the sticker, and I was like, yeah, that's the thing.
Well, it didn't work out as planned. I thought this would be a little bit better of a day. We were able to hopefully get some bigger fish. We didn't. We only ended up with 2 to the boat. We got to break that pattern. We had 2 last time, we had 2 this time. It's still better than nothing, but we definitely got to break that pattern. I know it's going to get better as fall keeps coming in. The cooler temperatures, the fish keep moving up and get a little bit more active into the shallow waters. Overall, for the month of September, top 5 bass, we ended up with 80 inches even. It's not horrible, but it's not great. We are going to see if we can break that 80-inch mark, and I know we will, even if it costs me my marriage. Don't tell my wife I said that. But we are going to get better quality fish, more inches in the month of October, and I promise you guys that. If I don't, I'm quitting YouTube. Nah, I can't quit YouTube. I like you guys too much. We're still happy with a few fish today, guys. It's still enjoyable being on the water. If you guys can, if you guys don't get out on the water that much, get out as much as you can. It's very enjoyable, even if you don't catch fish. Just being on the water, a way of healing, and we all love it. That's why we watch these kind of videos, and we love kayak fishing as much as you guys do. So as always, I appreciate all of you guys stopping by. I appreciate all of you. I really, really do. Thanks for watching. Be safe on the water, and we'll catch you on the water. See you soon.